perpetuation of like the welfare state, all of these things, right? They create this kind of like dependency in this environment, and that is kind of what we're seeing the effects of trickled all the way down. I know these things happened 30 plus 40 years ago, but I think now we're starting to see the effects. So with the parenting explicitly, right? Parenting matters so much here because the parents weren't present, right? If we're talking about the crack epidemic, and the whole dropping guns and drugs and all of these things into our neighborhoods and completely destroying the black community, most of the damage of that is because of lack of presence. So you have the original doctors, lawyers, nurses.
A lot of kids are not being raised in evil homes. They're being raised in psychologically unfinished homes. That means the lights may be on, food may be in the fridge, and the parent may even generally love the child, but the emotional architecture is really incomplete. The authority is unstable. The correction is inconsistent, and the boundaries move. The roles blur. And the child can be loved, right? But not properly governed, and love without government will spoil a life. That's the part people are scared to say, because modern people worship attention. And they think it was the heart that was so good, but the outcome does not count the same. A good heart without structure will always create disorder. And a parent can love a child deeply and still can raise them badly, not because they're cruel, because they're unresolved. So now the child's not being raised from wisdom, they're being raised from the patterns, pain that happened with the parent. And if the parent was raised under too much force, they become scared to be firm. And if they were neglected, they overmerge with the child and start parenting from guilt. And if they were controlled, they call all correction trauma and stop confronting wrong behavior. We see it all over YouTube. And if they're unloved, they start using a lot of stuff to say, hey, this is my type of love. So they give the child what would have soothed their younger self, and that's not parenting, right? When a parent start using a child to repair their own childhood, the leadership quietly leaves the house. That's the line, right? And once the leadership leaves the house, the child does what the children always do, right? They rise to appetite, they rise to impulse, they rise to whatever gives them that big relief, the attention, the status, the control. The morality is not natural, it is trained. And a child doesn't become secure because they're endlessly understood. A child becomes secure because somebody stable loved them enough to create order.